It's finally here, the DJI Mini 2. I've been looking for a DJI drone for some time. Mavic series looked pretty good. Even the original Mini looked pretty good, but I'm glad I held off and I picked up the Fly More combo, which is a bundle. I'm going to walk you through what comes in the bundle. This is less than 249 grams, which gets you under some FAA regulations, which is pretty nice. There's quite a lot in this box, so I'm going to highlight each one. The screwdriver is nice because unlike some of the other DJI drones, these blades are screwed directly onto the aircraft. There's a two-way charging hub, which I'll go over, some batteries, and some extra cords. Now, why is there nothing in the box? Well, I just couldn't wait to take it all out. So it's already in the bag, and I'll show you how it all fits in the bag. This is the carry bag, and one thing I like about the Mini 2 is it's actually practical for going out and doing things. A lot of the other drones are just way too heavy to carry around, and this is something that you wouldn't mind carrying around during travel. It actually fits under the seat of my truck. So this is the controller that comes in the bag. Really sturdy and well built, and it is large, but you're going to need that size to help with the range. The right button that I'm pressing is, if you tap it once, it shows the battery. If you tap it once and then you hold, you're going to be actually turning it on. At the bottom are your little controllers. I thought that's a cool little hiding spot, and they fit in there really snug, so I don't really see any issues with them falling out, and they screw in pretty easily too. Overall, some nice improvements from DJI, and definitely something that's better than some of the older drones that are out there. Those aren't bumpers or anything, that's just for grip. What I'm scrolling right there is the wheel for the Gimbal Camera, and then the right button is just to start shooting, so you don't have to tap on your screen. And that's where your screen is going to go. So whatever phone you have, in my case the iPhone, you wedge it in there and then you plug it in on the end. That's going to be your screen while you're moving the DJI drone around. And the back even has, I think it's like a vent or something, to keep from overheating. You're going to see a lot of vents on the drone as well. So I think they're just taking that into consideration whenever you have a battery and what looks to be AC induction motors on the fan blades. You're going to need some way to dispel all that heat. This is how you charge it. There's a lot of USB-Cs in this, which is nice. I mean, USB-C is going to be one of the main forms of charging going forward. It does have just a standard USB end. This is kind of unfortunate, actually. I hope they went all USB-C, but there's probably a reason why they did that. What I just pulled out is the 3 batteries, which come in a battery pack. Another reason why this combo is just a huge benefit, because plugging in the individual drone every time it runs out, a half hour or so, would be a huge pain. But just having those extra batteries, which are pretty lightweight and available to charge the other parts too, so you could charge the controller as an example with the spare batteries while using the other parts of your batteries to actually fly the drone. Everything is pretty sturdy plastic. It's not super flimsy, but it's also nice and light, which is cool because you're carrying it around everywhere. You can see I got some use out of the drone before shooting this, so all these batteries are pretty low. Say it takes about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so to substantially charge all 3 of the batteries. Here's the drone itself with the, it's kind of like a tether just to keep the blades in place. And what I'm holding with my left thumb is the gimbal camera cover, so the camera is not just flopping around in your bag. And once you untuck the blades, then you can flip the top ones out, and then you can flip out the bottom ones too. And it's got a pretty cool profile. Definitely light. This is the lightest drone that I've used. Those are the ground sensors, and similar to the controller, if you tap it once, it'll show the state of charge. There's no state of charge right now because there's no battery in there. All 3 are in the battery pack. This is like a USB issue. If you turn it 3 times, you always get it in the right way. So. That's where the micro SD card goes. There's nothing in there right now, which I'll grab it. And then there's the USB-C charger on the back. And there's 3 vent strips, probably just for getting rid of heat. When you turn it on, did you see that the blades move a little bit? That just lets you know that it's on and ready to go. Usually the rear lights will let you know that it's searching. I don't have the controller on, so it's just not going to connect to anything right now. So now it powered off and is just showing the state of charge. There's the 4K gimbal camera, which works great. If I had one complaint, if you look, the little rubber spacers, they're more like silicone spacers. They just attract a lot of sand and dirt, and so it's kind of unavoidable that you're going to get a bunch of gunk up in there. There's got to be a better way to design that, but the camera itself is amazing. Something this small that records 4K is pretty cool. There's the blades with the little AC motor on the inside. If you put this thing in sport mode, it's pretty crazy how quickly it takes off. It looks like there's nothing in the bag, but actually there's a ton of accessories left, so I'll just show those. That's the wall adapter for your USB charger. One end goes in the wall, one end goes in your charger. Can't quite figure out what the extra cords are. If anyone in the comments could tell me what they are for. There's a USB-C to USB-C, which will kind of help you use the battery pack better and just charge multiple things. But then looks like there's a USB-C to mini digital video, which I'm not quite sure what the point of that is. I'm just showing you that you can charge some of the devices with the battery pack. And there's a healthy amount of spare fans, which I hope I'll never have to use, as well as a little screwdriver. It's kind of unfortunate that you can't just snap these blades in and out like some of the other DJIs, but then you'll probably have something that's more reliably mounted in if you're actually screwing it. And so I'll withhold judgment completely until I actually have to replace one of these things. Nice that you don't have to pull a screwdriver out of your toolbox to carry around, though, and that they give you one. Behind the blades in the bag too are some screws. So if you scuff up the screws or they snap or whatever, you can replace those as well, which I thought was nice. And then check out the little controller thumbsticks. There are 2 extra as well. I don't really see them falling out, but it's cool that there are extras. Then of course the micro SD card with the adapter. So that's how you push it in. It takes a little bit of force to get it in tight. As you can see, it'll pop out if you don't get it at the perfect angle. And there's a little diagram to the right of where my thumb is. Here, I'll show you, where it'll show you the configuration you want the SD card to go in. There you go. And so that'll enable you to record in 4K. Without that in there, it's going to be stuck to 1080p, 720p, that range, which is still pretty cool that the drone will broadcast that down to your phone. But you're going to want to get the micro SD. That's the only thing that doesn't come in this bundle. And the 4K is well worth buying in micro SD for. There's a little secret compartment down there too. I don't use it for anything right now, but it's nice that they have an extra spot. I might put the micro SD card in there. And then the strap is adjustable. Pretty sure it's designed for shorter people though. I'm 6'2", and I'm pretty much at the end of the strap to get it to actually fit over my shoulder. But this is how you would slide it out if you wanted to make it a little shorter. That way you can carry it as part of a bag when you're out hiking or something. And if you're in the US, remember you probably want to keep it around 400 feet or so, which is still really high up. Once you get higher, then you start running into some regulations and laws. Here's the profile of the drone. It's really well put together. I've held a fair amount of these, and I think I'm pretty much going to be using this exclusively for now, since it's so lightweight and it's just not a pain to carry around. This is how you would connect it. Of course, it's not going to fully connect because the phone's not charged in, but it's how you would do it. So I'd highly recommend the bundle. The link's in the description. It's going to make using the drone a lot easier, and I'm very happy with the Mini 2. It's a big improvement over the Mini and some of the past drones.